going on, Sooner Nation? March Madness is here, but we got to continue to talk about what's going on the recruiting trail. And today I'm going to give you the next 3 commits that I think are going to happen for Oklahoma, and they're names that you need to know and that you need to be watching. Before we dive into it, though, before we discuss it, I need to hear from y'all. So make sure you're joining the discussion, jumping down in the comments below, letting me know who your next 3 commits are for Oklahoma. Who do you think is going to commit here? Additionally, if you haven't already, you need to hit that like and you need to hit the subscribe button. We're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers, and y'all have been pretty lackadaisical on that like button, so I need y'all to show up there for me today. But if you all have been paying attention on the socials, you saw that the one and only Tory Block has decided that he is going to shut it down, wrap it up on March 29th. 4-star running back out of Humble, Texas, the 219th ranked player in the 247 composite rankings. And this has been a position where we have really looked at it and said, who was taking the running back spot? Because we know Oklahoma is not taking very many in this class, solely because of what this running back room looks like for DeMarco Murray. You've got the likes of Andy Bass and Xavier Robinson in the last class. You've got Javonte Barnes and Gavin Sawchuk. Who knows? Maybe one of those guys goes to the NFL next year. There's a lot of talent in that room. Tory Block is going to come in and add another set of versatile athleticism to this room. And I think he's going to end up picking the Sooners. Not only that, but you all saw the predictions flow in after he was on campus. He's gotten offers since then. But you know what? You look at him, 89 rushing attempts, 616 rushing yards, 11 touchdowns. He also can catch the ball out of the backfield. 19 receptions, 268 yards, 3 receiving touchdowns. Tory Block is a talent that you get him in that room with DeMarco Murray, he's going to get the most out of him. He's been to Oklahoma. Looks like 6 times. Oklahoma does have the only lone official visit set up right now. If that tells you anything, A&M, they've gotten 6 visits. But you know what? You look at Oklahoma, and they're honestly the clear-cut favorite. Now, for the next prospect, I don't think this one's a shocker. I think this is one most people probably expect at this point, and that's going to be the 6'1.5" cornerback Malik Hawkins. Yes, the younger brother to Michael Hawkins. Frisco Emerson, Texas. You know, Malik Hawkins knows what Oklahoma's about. He's been to campus. He's been here actually quite a few times. 4-star cornerback, actually. 247 doesn't have him ranked. Rivals has him as a 4-star. On3 has him as a 3-star. You'd expect that he's going to continue to rise in the rankings as he gets into his senior season. But he's been to Oklahoma a total of probably like 5 or 6 times. I mean, Texas has been pushing hard. Mississippi State, Jeff Lebby's out there. So you would imagine Jeff Lebby's even entertaining the idea of trying to get Malik Hawkins. But, I mean, it really feels like this should be a recruitment Oklahoma should be able to get signed, sealed, and delivered without there being any real drama. That's what it feels like, right? So Malik Hawkins, he's wanting to announce sometime in April. Remember, his dad, Mike Hawkins, played here at cornerback from 2005 to 2009. So he's another legacy kid, brother to Michael Hawkins, who is the 2024 quarterback recruit for Oklahoma. So again, no shocker here. Now, the next one, though, this might be one that intrigues you. But before we hit it, I need y'all to hit that like and hit that subscribe button because, yeah, you know what? Pays the bills. All right. The next one's Amarian Robinson. So we've talked about it for a while. The safety room. What does that look like for Oklahoma? Do they take Marcus Wimberly and Amarian Robinson? Do they just take Robinson and get Jonah Williams? Here's the deal. I still feel really good about where OU stands with Jonah Williams. Obviously, with everything that happened with the predictions, Jonah wasn't apparently too big of a fan about that. So it maybe slowed things down, but I think Oklahoma's going to get Jonah Williams back on campus and get that thing locked up. The question is, do you get his commitment in the summer or does it happen sometime in the fall? Because Jonah Williams is a 5-star, right? We know NIL is going to be a factor there. We know teams are going to go all in on an athlete like Jonah. I mean, linebacker, safety. He's a guy that can really do it all for you. And honestly, would love to see him play a little bit of cheetah here in Norman, but he's probably going to play quite a bit of safety. But I look at that other safety spot and say, if it's not Marcus Wimberly and Amarian Robinson, and it's just Jonah Williams and one other, it's Amarian Robinson, the 6 foot, 171-pound safety out of Little Rock, Arkansas. This is an absolute dude. He's gotten offers from Georgia and Colorado and Michigan and Oregon, right? He's got a total of 20 offers, and they're elite offers. But he's the 250th ranked player in the 247 composite rankings. Amarian Robinson was a guy a while ago, a lot of people were saying he's going to be at Arkansas. But the favorability of Arkansas has really fallen in the wake of Arkansas really just not being a good football team under their current leadership. And I think it takes a change at the head coach over there at Arkansas for these Arkansas recruits to really maybe peak interest there. But he's been to Oklahoma 3 or 4 times. You would imagine Amarian Robinson, listen, the vibes coming out of it, it feels like the connection's there. And it feels like this might be getting wrapped up here pretty soon. I really like it. If I had to take a chance, Amarian Robinson's the next guy. However, I wouldn't rule out a wide receiver, specifically Emmanuel Choice. But you know what? I'm going to go different. Everybody likes to pick the wide receivers. I'm going to go different. I'm going to pick a safety. So Amarian Robinson would be the next one that I pick. Now, you might ask, where would that leave Oklahoma at the recruiting rankings if they get those 3? Because you've lost Jaden Nickens. So that's dropped you in the rankings a little bit, right? Well, let's take a look at it. You add those 3, gives you 12 total commits, and gives you a 188.98 composite score. You look at the team rankings. Notre Dame's sitting at the top right now at 245. LSU at 225. I think they hold 3 5-stars. And then you've got Clemson right there rounding out the top 3. Ohio State at 4, Penn State at number 5. Oklahoma would jump Penn State at 188 and sit just 2 points behind Ohio State. The good news is there is rumors, and I'm going to say rumors because nothing's been announced yet, that Kevin Sperry is going to be transferring to Denton Guyer. If that's true and he transfers to Denton Guyer, you'd imagine that his class ranking is going to go up because he's going to be in Texas. He's going to play for a school that a lot of these recruiter scouts or whatever you call them, the people that evaluate talent are going to see him. And you would imagine that he would have the potential at that point to rise up to a 5-star. He just needs to perform really well at like a camp at like the Elite 11 or something like that. So that's good news for Oklahoma because you potentially get a guy to rise up, and he's in Texas, so maybe he can kind of help you recruit a little bit now more local, right? He's done his job at Carl Albert. So Oklahoma has a chance to potentially get into the top 3, depending on how many 5-stars they land, and if they can get a Ryan Foje or a Kevin Sperry into 5-star status. But I want to hear from y'all, so make sure you're joining the discussion, jumping down in the comments below. Give me your next 3 commitments for Oklahoma. And if you haven't already, hit that like and hit that subscribe